YouTube.com/Tim Westwood TV. Yo, it's Tim Westwood TV up at Capital XTRA, my good friend Fazer. What up, fam? Long time, man.
Trust me, bro.
Long time, man. I mean, we go back from those super early days. How long ago was that?
11 years now.
11 years back.
Yeah, I reckon it's about 11 years.
Wow.
Now. It's been a minute still.
From those crazy early days.
Yeah, the young days.
First
the young
time
reckless
out.
days.
Yeah, reckless. Like mad days. We were just reminiscing about a club up in Enfield, which used to have a chicken shop inside. So during the rave, you could go and get some KFC, baby.
It was crazy.
Mad days.
It was crazy,
mad
man.
days. And a lot of fun, man.
It was.
And it was first time around, so everything was new. It's not like there was no one before you. But
Yeah.
right now, you're back with super crazy music.
Thank you, bro.
Like a whole new sound.
It is, bro.
Yeah. I mean, heavily influenced and heavily relevant to what's popping now.
Yeah,
So you come
definitely.
back real fresh, man.
Yeah, man, that's what I try to do, man. I run a production company, STL, so we work with a lot of artists, so the sound is always going to be 100% current. But like I did with N-Dubz, man, I created a sound for the group, and I did the same thing for myself now. I've created a sound which is not too far away from where the music's at right now, but very unique to myself. So when you hear certain songs coming up, you're going to know, yeah, these are Fazer records still.
Exactly, because it really captures the vibe of what's popping now.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
and it's no point coming back as a new old school artist, man. You want to keep connect, man.
Like, I want to just let everyone know, like, when you hear the new Fazer music, just take me as a new artist. Don't. I've never done this solo thing properly. I've only put out like songs here and there just because the fans have been onto, man. Now when you hear this stuff, just take Fazer as a solo artist. Take it as you see it and as you hear it as it comes, because that's the vibe right now. You know,
Yeah, 'cause
2019.
it felt when you came as a solo artist, just at the back of N-Dubz, it felt everything was just a mess at that stage.
Yeah, it was everything.
It was just like everything was a state of change, and it wasn't the right time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And you know how it goes, man. You know, everything, like you said, everything was just up in the air. It was just like everyone had to just find their feet again. And what's everyone gonna do? What are we gonna? Am I gonna do a production company? Am I gonna do a production album? Am I gonna do a solo thing? Like, it was everything. All those questions were flowing, and it's actually good now that the time has come around where I've been like, okay, the last 8 to 9 months I've been concentrating on a body of solo music, and it kind of happened like 6 months ago where it clicked. Okay, this is your sound, Fazer. This is where you're going. This works for you perfectly, and I've been running with it, and it's good.
I mean, it really feels that you found your voice.
Yeah.
Especially with your voice with auto-tune, which is like, who doesn't use auto-tune?
Yeah, but
and
it's not that I can do it without though, Tim.
oh yeah, auto-tune is just so fly.
Yeah,
So, I
of
mean,
course.
There's been generations of auto-tune.
Definite.
From T-Pain to
Come
now,
on.
man.
Who, like, even
without auto-tune. You know
most artists now that you hear, even if it's not cranked on, they're using auto-tune, bro. They're to keep the key, bro. Don't get it twisted.
It creates a vibe, man.
Yeah, definitely.
It creates a vibe,
definite, and that's the vibes right now, 2019. And I'm trying to mix, have a good balance between the two, like the auto-tuney stuff, but keeping it 100% British. My accent, I don't do none of that. I don't say party. I don't say dance. I don't do none of that. I'm from London, so when you hear my songs, yeah, they may sound like they could be American, but listen to the words. Just listen to the accent. I keep it 100% British. I say down. I say round. I say pound. Not anything else.
And, you know, let's be real about it. You always had, in those real pop hits of N-Dubz, you always were saying some shit. Let's not front. Singing along.
Of course.
To Lisa, and it's all like very poppy at the time, but you was always saying some ill shit.
Yeah, definitely.
You have all of the group was always saying some fly shit, which would catch you out, man. It's like there's a few artists who do that. Like, you feel you're just like catching on real sing-along pop vibe, and some real shit.
But you know what the good thing about right now is that I got the chance to really tell my story now. Like, not as a collective story. I have the chance to tell my story and the trials and tribulations that life have thrown at me, and the things that I've had to go through to get to where I'm at right now, because people don't really know Fazer's backstory. They might say, oh yeah, that's the guy that done the production for N-Dubz, or he done a couple bars, but they don't know my backstory before music, everything that I went through in life, like, to get to where I'm at right now. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like this is my chance to do it, and I'm just excited to just let everybody hear this story, you know?
Yeah, man, and you fit perfectly on these new trap beats, man.
Thank you,
bro. You know, that obviously Give It Away is crazy.
Yeah.
You let me peep that UFO, which is the next joint, which is crazy. The crazy video, the range in space, it's mad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
It's mad concepts, but it really feels like you're definitely on a level with your bars, always have been. But like you've just found your groove now.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Tim, bro.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, bro.
It really is finding your lane, man.
That's what it is,
really
man.
is.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And like I said, man, a few months ago it clicked, and now it's like I've got a kind of a crazy problem where it's like every song that I'm doing is like kind of better than the one before. So it's like it's a good problem to have.
Yeah,
it's a good problem to have, but it puts me in a predicament. It's like I always want to put out that one now, and then the other ones might get forgotten about. So like Give It Away, for example, I made April last year. It's like a year old. So you got to think the tracks right now that are coming, the new current ones, it's gonna be crazy.
So obviously, one of the issues for you the first time around was consistency.
Yeah.
Like N-Dubz was very consistent with the hits.
Of course.
When everyone went solo, it all seems to just falter.
Yeah.
What's your plans now with the music?
Right now, I've got 5 singles that I'm going to drop with GRM.
So it's going to be a hot summer.
Yeah, it's going to be a hot summer. 5 singles, one after the other consistently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After that, we'll gear up for an EP. 3 singles off that, then the EP will drop. But the EP is not just a normal EP. It's a special EP. Actually, the way I'm doing it is a first in history. I don't want to say too much about it, but when the time comes, I'll reveal all. And you lot can enjoy it as much as I did making it.
Yeah, man. It sounds like you've gone away and really put a master plan together.
Yeah. Shout out to my bro over here. Me and him just literally plotting everything, and then we bring the team together. And I've got a fantastic team around me right now, and we're all going for the same thing, and we're all going in the same lane, same energies, and it's a winning strategy, man.
Yeah, man. It sounds like you've really just sat down there, a few late nights.
You know how it goes. You know the vibes, man.
Baby.
You know the vibes, bro.
Scheming on this shit. But I think what's important as well is that because you've been around the block the first time, you know what's required, man.
Of course.
It's like you're not a new jack in the game. You see the play.
Of course.
How do you think the game has changed from those early days? Because, you're from the era when records were selling, CDs were selling.
Yeah.
You were the first urban act. I mean, you really came through Channel U and the support there, but you were the first UK act to be able to fill arenas, cross over comfortably to that pop world. You know what I mean? First time around, Tinchy Stride was of that era.
It's good, man. Yeah. We open up a lot of doors for what the scene is right now. I feel like that was like the opening bits to where. This was like the foundations of where the scene's at right now, because we came through at a time where urban music weren't getting signed, it weren't getting played on radio, it was rock bands. We came and changed the whole face of that. After that, we brought through Tinchy, we brought through Tiny, we brought through Chip, we brought through a lot of people on our tours and opened them up to a mass fan base. Do you understand that? So we opened up a lot of scenes, doors for the scene, and I feel like it was like people like us and the guys that I just mentioned, we had to go through what we had to go through for it to be where it is right now. Do you know what I mean? So which is good, because right now the scene is proper healthy. In fact, it's probably better than it's ever been. Do you know what I mean? And for the first time in life, it's actually good to see the dynamics change a little bit, where America are kind of looking towards us for new sound and style and this and that, where the dynamics was always the other way around.
Exactly.
We got a thriving scene right here in London and in the UK, man, and I'm proud to be part of it, bro.
Yeah. And it felt maybe that day and before that day as well that everyone from the UK was always wanting to break into that American market, whereas now everyone's just happy to be winning here, man.
Yeah, man.
Over here is just success.
It's great, man. It's great, man. I remember the times when it went from, because we was in an era where we was doing physical sales as well as digital.
Oh, and that's making some real money.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's like some old school records.
Do you remember?
Where there is checks getting ripped, there's money on the table right there, man.
That's crazy.
And it's good that you brought it back into the new generation now.
Yeah, man. And I feel like there's a lot that Fazer's got to offer. Still to come, because I feel like I'm still in early days of my career, as in as a whole, because the plans that I have for the next 10 to 15 years, I'm trying to do this mogul thing, do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I will be signing acts, I will be putting acts out, I will be doing production companies, I will be running certain things that will change industries, like in the future, 5 to 10 years from now, man. So I've got my business head on, I've got everything kind of locked in my head, and it's just about putting all the working steps into foundation to get to the bigger picture,
Yeah, man. What's the story behind the production company then? Who's all in that?
All right, cool. So I've got myself and my production partner is Pete Ibsen. I've done a lot of stuff with him. We've done some stuff for some Korean pop guys, which was massive. We've worked with a lot of artists from here in the UK. I don't want to just say names and stuff. I've never been a fan of throwing names out there, but we've done a lot of work and we're still running the stuff right now. And we're trying to look for new producers and artists to come involved as well. You know, new young talent. Shout out to my little guy Swan Sounds. You know, where everyone's just trying to be around and trying to do greatness. You know?
Man.
And it's a good place, man. It's a good place,
man.
And I got a lot of time for new artists, man. People say, oh yeah, but I'm trying to be like a godfather of this thing. So if you need beats, whatever, man's got everything there ready for the younger generations to flow through as well, you know, because Fazer's always been that guy to just give as well. Do you know what I mean? So I give a lot because I'm a producer and a writer. I feel like helping other people's careers is like just something that's in that sort of job, innit? So yeah, if you ever want to holler at Fazer anytime as well, man. Like artists out there, you're looking for tips, whatever, I'm there, I'm on here.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Now, do you think there'll be an N-Dubz reunion tour?
Of course there will, Tim, man. Come on, bro.
And new N-Dubz music?
Of course. I don't think us coming back out and just doing a reunion tour and then that's it. That would never happen because we left it a hiatus at a time where it was not like record sales were going down, people were getting bored of N-Dubz and okay, let's take a break now. We left at the top, bro.
Yeah, it made no sense.
So for us not to bring it back, with new album and new music, and that would just be what's the point? So N-Dubz will always come back, and it will be new music, new album. So, and when I put out a tweet the other day saying that I keep hearing the word reunion being thrown around too freely, innit? Because I don't feel like it's not a reunion. It will be N-Dubz is back, new music. Here's the new album. Here's the new videos. Here's the new singles. Do you know what I mean? People say, oh, but what about the old stuff? I say, bro, are you actually deep in what you're saying? Think about what you're actually saying. If we went and do a new tour off the back of a new album, what do you think that show's going to consist of? Everything from then till now. The solo stuff, the individual stuff, the group stuff. Mate, it's going to be a crazy show. Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
And the shows was always, like, they were always lit.
Yeah, we took pride in that, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You did it so good. So are you speaking to Lisa? Are you speaking to Dappy?
Yeah, man. Like, you know, we're family, man.
Yeah.
You know, Daps would spend 4 or 5 days at my house at Christmas while I'm not even there with the mumsy and that. T's always telling me about, I'm gonna get onto Dappy about the groover, this and that in public. I'm just laughing. It's But we're all good. We're all good. We're all good family. Yeah, you know, Dappy and T are first blood cousins, so they're like that. Me and Dappy go back from 6 years old. And me and T have known each other since 11 years old, and we're a big family, man. We've always been family. And I think the time's coming soon to make that happen at some point. It's all about timing, though.
It's all about that. But the time is right, man.
Yeah, man.
When N-Dubz finished, and you know, obviously you had the death of your manager, which was a turning point. But like, it was a cold period. I mean, Chalisa had a TV stuff, but then she was set up terrible. And that was tragic as well. That's a tragic story in its own right. A tragic story.
Crazy.
But it just shows that for her to suffer something like that shows what is, you know, the levels of, you know, celebrity status.
It's crazy.
Yeah, crazy levels.
It's crazy,
to be set up by the newspaper.
Crazy. Who would have thought?
Who'd have thought? Well, yeah, you do think about that.
But nothing seems to amaze me anymore, bro.
But what was it like when all of that, and then you know, it was cold. What was that period like in your life?
Yeah, it's a dark place.
It's a change of lifestyle. It is a dark place.
Yeah, it's a dark place. Yeah. And I think
from receiving that love. And then suddenly you're cold out there.
It's mad, though. It's not about having all the love and all of that. It's just going from such a crazy hectic lifestyle, which is like boom, 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 to just laying back like, yo, what's next?
Yeah.
And then a month goes.
What is next?
And then 6 months go. And then a month goes, and you're still saying, you're like, okay, what do I?
Yeah.
And then it starts getting to a dark period. But in that dark period, I had one of the best things that ever happened to me that kept man through the light, innit? I had a daughter. And you see that there, kept man like, yo, let's keep up, let's keep it going, everything's okay. Do you know what I mean? Because you know, when you're moving at a speed of light, and you just slow down for a second, it's like it takes some teething to get used to.
Oh, without a shred. Oh no, without a shred.
You know what I mean? But it
Without
was
a
nice
shred,
because we got to spend some money, we got to go on some holidays,
Yeah.
got to start some families and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's been healthy for us to do that because we was working for 10 years before we even got our first break.
You sacrifice everything.
Yeah, we was
You
working for 10
sacrifice everything.
years before we even got our first break, and then we had a mad 5-year stretch like that, like that. So 15 years every single day. It was just like, all right, let's fall back for a second and then we bring it back in a few years when we're ready.
So the birth of your daughter really gave you the new life.
Yeah, man, definitely, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, at them times there, if I didn't have my daughter, it would have been even worse. But she gave man the light, and everything was cool. Everything was all right.
So when it went cold, and then it went dark, and was that darkness, was that grim for you then?
I feel like I'm a very spiritual.
I know,
do you know what it is? You know what it is? You know what it is? I'm a very I'm a very different person. Like, I'm very spiritual. So like, I'll seclude myself and spend time with myself. So I did a lot of soul searching in that time, and a lot of finding myself as a person, away from all the glitz and glamour, who I am as a person. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like I needed that. I feel like I needed that lesson to go through certain things and learn certain things about myself and outlook in life and things like that. I feel like I needed that to happen. And I feel I always believe everything happens for a reason. So when you go through these things, it's like teaching you and learning for next process. Right now, I don't feel like nothing could touch me because I've learned so much right now, and the way I look my outlook on life is completely different. Completely different. I've got a winning outlook. That's all I care about, is just winning outlook, and see my team around me, all they care about is winning, bro. That's how we're at. It's like that. And we'll make it manifest because it's magic. And it's just the way life is. It's great.
No, it's 100, my brother. 100, brother. You talk about, you know, your backstory before, you know, your careers, like before N-Dubz. Like, what sort of struggles were there?
Well, my mum and dad, my mum was like a dinner lady in a school. My dad put up market stalls on the weekend, so we grew up with next to nothing, you know. I wouldn't say we had a bad childhood. Our parents made our childhood fantastic for what they could, for what they had. So I've got no complaints about my childhood, but things were hard. Like, you know, you sacrifice on certain things. You know, your friends have got new Nikes and stuff like that, and you're like, yo, I want them new Nikes and that as well. When you say, Mum, can I get the new Nikes? Mate, you know it's not happening. Period. Then you go out on a Friday night, your friends are there, you got your mum's giving you a couple quid to go out on a Friday night, your guys, they're sitting there 5, 6, 7, 800 £800 counting up stacks. You're like, yo, where'd you get that from? You know where the man got that from. It's easy to get influenced into certain things in life and take you down wrong paths and stuff like that. But my story is my story. I'll tell my story when the time is right, and I don't feel like on the radio will be the right time for it. But on tracks, just listen to the content and I'll tell my story.
Yeah, man.
You know, I'll tell my story. I've been through it,
history, man. Yeah,
I've been through it, bro.
But you could always tell your realness in your lyrics.
Yeah.
You had the backstory.
Of course, man. And, you know, things happen with my family that, like, should have, like, changed my whole outlook on life and made me do some crazy stuff where really and truly I've had to fall back and just be like, you know what, forget that, man. We got life. That's what counts. We got life. And that's what we're about right now.
And that's
life.
the blessing, man. That's the blessing. Well, it's great to see you in such a positive place. The music is crazy. Give it away. Crazy out there. That, you know, that UFO joint is about to win.
Crazy.
A lot more to come. And it seems like heavily focused. So, it you know, you've got the consistency to come with those hits, man.
Of course, man.
So we salute you on that.
Thank you.
Did you ever tidy that shit up with Lethal Bizzle?
Yeah, man.
It's all put to bed.
Yeah, it's water under the bed. Bro.
Yeah, I feel so.
And to be honest, I don't even want to talk about
No.
it anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's in the sense that
but I was going to say,
I've spoken to him face to face.
Yeah, perfect.
And it's nothing.
It's nothing. Yeah,
it's nothing.
Because it feels to me
it's squashed.
Like
squashed.
It would
Squashed.
feel like not. But it would feel out of place now. Like,
it's
you know,
old
it
news,
feel out of
bruv.
place.
It's like
This
dated,
is a new
bro.
era now.
It's dated, man.
Yeah.
Listen,
is the word.
who does that? Who does that anymore?
Yeah,
who wants to
does
go
that?
back and forth and clash in this, man? Who wants to go back and forth and clash in this and that? There's peas out here, bruv. There's peas out here to be made. I don't want to go back and forth clashing, but I'm making bangers right now. I mean,
and it was relentless as well. Let's not front.
Come on, but from both sides.
It was relentless. Well, I'm glad. Sorry.
But that,
yeah.
that's another story.
Yeah, another story. Well, we wish you well. Real proud of you,
Thank you, bro.
and good to have you come through, man.
Pleasure,
Looking
man.
forward to it, man.
Thank you, bro.
And
Thank
if you need a DJ for the N-Dubz tour,
Yeah?
let me know.
Okay.
I would love to tear down those stadiums,
Okay.
man. I
Like
would love
that,
to
yeah?
tear those stadiums
Say
down,
no
man.
more. Come on, bro.
Thank you, family.
Thank you,
you.
bro.
Tim Westwood TV.